Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about my new printable that came about because I was designing a gift for someone who was doing something for me, and she takes a lot of notes and stuff. So I've made these folders before for my son's teachers, his whole school at one time. Wow, that was a lot, but I did it. They were just kind of plain. But this girl, she's doing something really cool for me, so I wanted it to be more of my, design, my flavor, my feel, or whatever, however you want to call it. So I had started to design that for her, and then I thought, well, you know what? These would be really fun and easy to make, and why don't I just make a printable for everybody else? So, but before I show you all this, I wanted to talk about a couple other things. First of all, I am going to do a giveaway. I'm going to talk about that later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Secondly, I did end up buying a printer. I got an HP LaserJet Pro, I believe, color printer. I love it so far. I've had it about a week or two, maybe. But I love it, love it, love it. So I just want to mention that really quickly. I also have published all of the videos for the tag-shaped journal, all the bonus videos, the ones showing how to make the journal, and the different videos that I made to go along, different ways to use the same printable. So I went ahead and published all those. I did that today, actually. And let's see, one more thing. I started to put in my videos, because some of them are long, I started to put some timestamps in the description below. So what that means is if you want to skip over the certain parts, you can go straight to how something is, the book is binded, or how I did the covers, or how I did the pages. So all you have to do is go into the description box below, and you find that timestamp that you want to go to, and you click on it, and it'll take you straight to that spot. So you can skip over the stuff that you've already, watched or learned. So the timestamp thing is pretty cool, but you can't. It doesn't work on your cell phones. I don't know if it works on tablets and stuff, but I know it works on the computer. So in the description, I haven't done it to all my videos, but I have done it to the tag-shaped iron-on transfer journal video, and I've done it to one other one. I can't recall. I'm drawing a blank right now. So, okay, but that's all. I just wanted to tell you all that stuff really quick. And let's get on with this what I call it, Shabby Note Pad Folder. And it is designed for a 5-inch wide by 8-inch tall notepad. I got 24 pack of these at Sam's for $5, so that's pretty reasonable. They make a great gifts for teachers and stuff. You can really get your money to go a long way when you can find bulk like that. But anyway, 5-inch wide by 8-inch tall notepads. This printable comes with 4 different color options and 3 templates. So what I'm going to show you is the templates first. This is the actual folder itself. So it just prints out like this, and then it has a liner page too. So what I do is I print one out and then flip it over and then print out the other side, because this is the liner for this part. You don't have to do that. It's just I thought it would be a nice finishing touch. So what you do is you just cut it out, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you just score the lines, and so this is the outside part of your folder. And then here's the 2 pockets. You get the 2 pockets that go on the inside. One will hold the notepad, and the other is, well, for whatever you want. And this is to cover up. This piece right here is to cover up this part right here, so that's, so it matches the whole thing. And then these 2 circles here are for if you wanted to put them in the center of the doily to personalize it. On this one, I popped it up a little bit. You can stamp initials or somebody's name. I think for my son's school, I put their first name on them. It wasn't this design, but that's what I put on their front cover, so each one had a personalized notebook holder. But that's what these are for, if you wanted to add that into the center, just for a little additional element. Whoops. So there's the 3 templates. And the reason I want to show you that first is because here's the 2 cover choices, and each color is the same. It has both, all the same options. So you'll have one with a doily and one without. So, you know, if you didn't want to use it for a guy or whatever, the doily for a guy, you didn't have to. So those are cover options. And then here is these are the mats that go on the pockets. You don't have to use them, but I provided them. They're already, they've already been distressed a little bit. And then this piece here lines the part that goes over top of the notebook to hide the ugly top side. And then I just added some additional, like there's another label, and then some circles that match the pattern itself. And then this is this. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a translucent washi tape look. I went ahead and added another if you wanted to cut it out and pop it up and make it more personal, or if you wanted to reuse it for something else, you could cut that out and put it over top of whatever you wrote there and not have to worry about it. All right, so here's the blue. Let me move this template out of the way. So you get 2 covers. You get the mats with the additional labels, and then you get you get a liner page that has 2 separate pieces on it. So you can, this is for the inside if you wanted to line the inside, and also if you put these on the inside and you have it makes it more sturdy, because really that's 3 layers of cardstock, so it makes it a little bit more sturdy. I mean, it's not meant to last forever, but it will last long enough for them to get through a couple notepads. So you get the liner pages, and then there's the green. So here's the blue, and then there's the green. You get the same thing. You get the mat for the pockets and the labels, and then you get the liners. And here's purple. My original design was in purple. I say that's my favorite color, and I say if I can design something that I like in purple, I can design it in any color. So I usually start with purple. So that's a little tidbit about me. Purple, and then there's the pocket mats and the liners, and then there's the pink. So I did blue, green, purple, and pink. So the liner pages, the matte pages, and then the liner. This is the one I'm going to show you. I'm going to use this one today in the video, but I wanted to show you some of the other ones that I've made just playing around. So I showed you the green one, and I used the circle labels. I haven't put anything on top of there yet. And then on the back side, whoops, see how I used both of the front covers. So, and it looks nice. I mean, it looks nice. It looks finished. Whoops, my notepad. Okay, so on the inside, I did line it with the green liners, and I used the pocket mats. And here's what I was talking about to cover up that ugly blue, because it looks just like that, and I covered it up, and it looks so much better. But yeah, and it doesn't cover all the way on the back, but you're not going to see that. And so I even put the liner on the side that the pad's going to go into. So it's just that easy. So there's the green one. So it's using the circle labels. And then here's the blue one. And this one's really simple. I just used the liner pages, and I used the other label. And I used the liner on front and back. And then I didn't even put a pocket here. I just left it I just lined both sides and then just put one pocket. So this one's really, really simple. It's got more of a masculine feel. So if you got guy teachers, or if you've got friends or something that, I think the blue and the green, pink may not, give you that masculine feel with it simple like this. But anyway, I just wanted to show you there's options. So there's the blue one, and then here's the purple. What I do here, I cut out the old book page. I didn't use the doily one. I cut out the old book page. I printed off 2 copies and cut one out and popped it up. Can you see? I don't know if I can get it to the right light where you can see, but it's popped up right there. And then I just matted the label with some of the leftover purple that I had. I don't remember why I had it, but I did. And then I run a string under there so it looks like it's kind of hanging. So, and then the back side, I just used one of the liner pages, and I used that extra little washi tape looking thing so that I could write, you know, a date or what it's for or who it's from or who it's to or all of that. And so then the inside, I used the liner page. And then here, I cut this. Oh, no, I didn't cut this. I had made another copy. I printed off 2 copies, and then I cut this whole thing out, and then I only glued it on 2 sides so that I would have a little smaller pocket so I didn't lose the smaller things in the bigger pocket back there. And then I used, look at there, I used the front doily page as the liner page behind the notebook. So all right. Let me get this back together. All right, so now let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to make one using the pink, and I think I'm going to do like a little shaker window here. So let me move these out of the way. I've already pre-cut everything. Let's see, to save some time on the video. So there's the cover, the front cover, and I did double-side print it, and I have inked some stuff already just to save time. And then there's the pockets, and I've already cut out the liners. And for this exact one, you'll need a folder, a set of pockets. You'll need 2 sets of the liner page, and then you will need 2. Let's see. No, you just need to print off the cover page 1 time. And what I did was, I cut this out, this part out here, and I'm going to pop that up on top of this part. So you just need one of these, I think. So I've already trimmed that out. It was just real easy, you know, just fussy cutting it. Sorry about that. I got a phone call and I forgot where I was talking, when I stopped talking, I don't know what I was saying. I did talk about that, and then I went ahead and cut out the 2 mats for the pockets, and I cut out the top piece and the piece that, you know, mats that. I didn't cut out the circles or the label or the extra that I might later, but that's where I'm at so far. I think what we'll do is we'll just get started putting the what is this called? The folder part together. Alright, so first thing is I've already trimmed it out, like I said. Oh, and remember, these are created, they're not created digitally, they're created by hand, so things may not be 100% straight. So remember, take note of that when you're trimming. You want to line it up to or as close to the inked edge as you possibly can. And if you get off a little bit, that's okay. You just ink, you know, I think I got off a little bit right here. I don't know if you can tell very well, but you can't even tell. Not really, because I inked it. So cut it out, and then what I like to do, it just makes life easier, is to take a ruler, a straight edge, and a bone folder, and just gently kind of score it. Score the lines that are there for you. And that way, when you go to fold it, there will be less cracking, and it'll fold more straight, I guess. And you want to burnish that a little bit. Oh, and I also wanted to tell you, I was going to tell you this sooner, that I printed all of mine out onto Nina White 60-pound cardstock. And just in case you want to know, I'll try to put that description below. And the link to this printable will be in the description below too. Alright, so that's ready. And then we want to do the same for the pockets. So you just trim it out, and then you just want to score where those lines are. Do it for both pockets if you're going to use both pockets. If you want to make this exactly the same way, do it for both. And then the same thing. Just want to fold it over and burnish. You don't have to do that scoring part. I just think it makes life easier. You can bend the paper a lot easier than without, but you don't have to do it. You can skip that part if you're trying to save time. Okay, so then before I attach it on there, I always like to have my bottom flap over top of my side flap. That way paper doesn't get stuck on that flap as much. So I'm just going to use some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive for this. I think I'll use it for the whole thing, maybe. I think that's what I'm going to do. Make it simple. You could use a tape runner for some of it, but when you're gluing pockets and stuff, you really need to use a liquid glue so stuff doesn't get stuck. Alright, I'm going to tack down both corners really quick. And it doesn't take very long. This glue is pretty quick. It tacks really fast, I mean, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink some edges. I'm using Ranger Archival ink and coffee. So all I'm going to do is go around the edges real quick because there's already a lot of distressing on there, so you don't have to do a whole lot. It's just to get rid of that white edge, really. And if you didn't cut it just perfectly, it's no big deal. Okay, now I'm going to bring my folder back. And so this pocket that has, there's two different pockets. One folds one way and one folds the other. So they're meant to be open on the inside of the folder. So all you want to do is run some glue. It doesn't take a lot. Try not to get it on your folder where it doesn't need to be. And then you just want to line up. Let me try to get in the light here. You just want to line up the edges, the corner there, the side and the bottom. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then you just want to let it tack for a second. Just that easy. See? Alright, now I'm going to do the other side. I feel like I'm rushing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep the video down shorter. But I'll probably do the timestamp thing too, so that you all can skip two parts if you want to. And then put this pocket, line up the bottom corner, and just hold it down for a second. See, it's that easy. Just lined it right up. Okay, so that's like the construction part of your folder. That's it. It's simple. Alright, and since I've already, I think I'm going to keep the inside simple because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the front cover just super nice. Super nice. It's going to be super nice anyway. So I'm going to take two of my liners and I'm going to go ahead and line the inside. So for this exact folder, you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you're just going to need 5 sheets of cardstock to make this one. And if you're using wet glue for this, it gives you a little bit more time to wiggle around. I just usually pick a corner and just kind of line it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Give it a press. Do the same thing for this side. And there's a tip when you're using wet glue, white glue like this. If you don't really want it to show through your cardstock, just be real light-handed with it. Don't get it real thick in any one spot because then it might show. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and line the two pockets. Line, a mat. You can call it whatever you want, I guess. You don't need a lot of glue. You can use a tape runner too. With this one, I do try to line it up just a little bit to the mat there. Probably doesn't matter, but oh, you know what I forgot to do? I bet you it's too late. I was going to, maybe if I pry it up a little bit. I was going to make a pen holder over there. So I'm gonna make that later, but I pried that up a little bit so I can get it up under there. All right, so the inside is done. And you know what? While we're working on the inside, let's just go ahead and do that top part there. Same thing. You just want to score where the marks are, and then fold it. Now the way I like to do this, I don't put glue over top of the whole thing. I'm going to skip this part right here where it's going to be on top of the notebook, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the back. So then the easiest way I've figured out to do this is to line up that first score to the top of your notebook, just like that, and then you can just fold it over, and it should be perfect every time. Every time. And then I've already inked this. You could stamp on that. You could put a nice little greeting, #1 teacher, bridesmaids, or their full name, or just a gift for somebody special can go there on that strip. So that's kind of a cool little personal touch that you can add. Okay, so this just slides in right here. Just like that. Oops, let me wipe off some excess glue. Alright, so the inside is done. Alright, now I'm going to flip over to the back, because that one I am just going to use a liner on the back side for now. And there really is no top or bottom, just whatever you want to do. I am going to go ahead and ink the spine of this before I do the front cover, just because, you know, white cardstock, it will crack a little bit and then it will look white. So, alright, so I got the back liner on. So, I am going to go ahead and glue down this piece, because that's going to go underneath everything in the front. Make sure you got it up, right side up. Okay. I'm going to stick that down right there. You could use a liner piece for this too if you wanted to, but I figured since I'm using 1/2 of the cover page, I might as well use the other half. Alright, so like I said, I've already trimmed this out and I inked the edges, so it's got a real cool little vintage ripped torn look. Now I'm going to take a craft knife and I'm going to cut this circle out right here. I don't know, can you see very well? I can't tell. I'm going to cut this circle out right here. All I'm going to do is go slow and turn my paper. It doesn't have to be exact. Matter of fact, it'd probably look good if you wiggle a little bit so it's not straight. And cutting through cardstock isn't that hard. Okay, see, that just took what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, I don't know. Oops, the camera shut off on me, that's okay. I'm going to put a piece of white cardstock under there. I've tried it before with just leaving it like that, but you couldn't really see as much as I was hoping you could. So I'm just going to use a white sheet of cardstock to go underneath it. Okay, so what am I going to use to pop it up? Now, first time I made one, I used this foam tape. Boy, it took a lot of this foam tape. So if you got it, use it. But I was trying to figure out of different ways. The first thing I thought of was this. I cut this down to size so that it will fit underneath my piece I'm going to pop up. This is 4 sheets of old cereal boxes. You can see there where it's not exactly glued all the way down. I glued 4 layers together. So it's pretty thick and sturdy, but I will say I think this is going to add some weight, so it depends on what you're doing with it. But it's a good recycling option. And it really wasn't hard to cut. I did use a box cutter style box cutter, trimmer, whatever, to cut it to the size that I wanted. So this is an option. And then I've always got pieces of just chipboard laying around that I cut down to size, same size. And it's actually a little bit thinner than putting the 4 pieces of cereal box together. So you can always use chipboard. This will help, keep the front cover really sturdy too. So that's an option. But I think what I'm going to use is, this is a piece of that fun foam. You can get in all different colors. I'm just going to use the pink, because why not, right? So if you see it a little bit, it won't be as noticeable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up. See, it doesn't completely cover the entire back, but it's pretty close. I may even have to trim a smidge off. All right, I'm going to line it up pretty good. And then I'm going to take something, maybe not a Sharpie. Maybe I have to. And I'm going to just trace around this inner circle here. Just try not to get the ink on my cover. There we go. This should be really easy to cut out, and what you want to do is you want to cut out on the outside of that line, not on the inside. And these are Tim Holtz scissors. So I think what I'm just going to do is make a cut, and I'm just going to go about 1/8 of an inch on the outside of that line there. Doesn't have to be exact either. You just don't want to be able to see too much of that pink coming through there. There. That cut really easy. That was probably the easiest solution for cutting. So you can't even see it. And even if you did see it, it would just look kind of pink. So awesome. All right, that made me happy. All right, now I have a piece of acetate. It's not a very clean piece of acetate, but you could use some packaging from things, that clear packaging. You could use page protectors. You could use anything clear. You could use transparencies, anything like that. I'm going to take and I'm going to use this Happy Bug Static Free thingy because I'm going to put like glitter and stuff inside here. So I'm going to do it on both sides just in case I get it flipped accidentally. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up, first I'm going to ink the inside edge of my doily here. Whoa. Just like this. So you don't see white lines on that either. And I'm going to ink the inside edge of this circle too. And I'm going to go ahead and ink the outer edge just a little bit so when you see it from the side, it doesn't look near as pink and bright. You don't have to do that. You could skip that step. All right, so let me wipe this off just a little bit. I don't know if that's just powder or what that is in there, but okay, so now I want to kind of attach it to the back side of this piece here. So I'm just going to run glue. You can use whatever glue because it doesn't, it's not going to show, so you don't have to worry about that. A lot of times I use like glossy accents if I'm going to use something transparent like this, but I couldn't find it. It's been moved. Okay, so now we got our window in there, looking good. So now I want to go ahead and add my fun foam. So the best thing I can think to do is just take my glue and just start adding it. I want to make sure I get all the edges. I want to get around the circle pretty good. I don't want things getting loose. And then I'm just going to flip it over and line it up and press it down. I can't really see. I think it's okay. There we go. I think that'll be good. Alright, I'm going to give that glue a minute to dry. So I'm going to turn the camera off and I'll be right back. Alright, that's good enough. So I've got a collection of things that I'm going to put in this window here. See, I just want to show you really quickly. You can see a little bit of glue that's not completely dry. That's okay. I'm not really worried about it. I'm making this one for me anyway. I'm always making one for me. But anyway, so you can't really see the pink on the inside. So that's really good. But if you do, it's pink, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I've got some glitters here. I don't have any of the really big, fat glitters. I just have these really fine. These are Martha Stewart. I guess that's just all they say, Martha Stewart. I'm going to use sunstone, amethyst, and rose quartz. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. I have some glass beads. These are seed beads. They're white. So I thought those might be kind of fun to keep things moving around too. And then I have all these little charms. And since I'm using pink, I thought I would go with this love theme. Isn't that pretty? So I got these different little heart charms. You get like a bag of 50 or 100 at like a Hobby Lobby or something. They're meant for like weddings to scatter them about, but I use them for different stuff, so I think they're really cute. And these little small double hearts, and then there's one that says love. I'm going to put these in here, but I'm going to be careful. I feel like I need to wipe that glue. Hold on. I keep saying it doesn't bother me, but it kind of does. I don't want stuff to get stuck to it. Okay. So you want to make sure that like that goes this way. So you want to make sure when you place it in here, you place it upside down. And that same goes with the love. Can you see that it says love? You want to place it upside down in their little hole there. And for the rest of them too. Just kind of scatter them about. You know what, I might just do 3 because I want it to be able to move a little bit. Okay, so then I think I'm going to add the beads next. Watch me make a big old honking mess with these. No, I did good. You know, I'll just pour them in here. I don't know how many I want to add. But I'd like to make sure that it keeps things moving. And they're just small enough that the fun foam will allow them to move, which is good. Let's stop there on that. And then I'm going to add some different of the glitters. I wish I had some of the thicker ones, but I just don't, so I'm just using what I have. I'm just going to add a little bit of each color, I think. Gotta use pink and rose quartz. You know, I never use glitter, and at whatever point, I ended up with I found this huge case of Martha Stewart glitter, but I never use glitter, so I don't know what I was thinking there, but Sometimes I do, I guess. All right, so now I'm going to take I'm using a piece of recycled cardstock. I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it to the back. I think first I'm going to glue around this circle so that it's sealed in good. Don't want to be losing stuff. And then I'm going to glue around the edge. And that's it, because we don't want the glue to get anywhere else. Okay, so now I'm just going to eyeball it and hope I got it right. I got a little bit of oozing that way. Hopefully I didn't get too much oozing on the inside. Alright, let's see. There. Aw, doesn't that look pretty? I love it! So the staticky thing helps the glitter from all sticking to the acetate. It doesn't do a 100% job, but it does a pretty good job. Aw, totally love it. That turned out so good. I'm noticing some of the beads are sticking to the outside. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my front cover now. It's going to go right there. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to run my fingernail along this edge here just to give it some movement and some distress a little bit. I just think it adds a lot to it. Since it's going to be popped up, it doesn't take but a second. If you don't want to use your fingernail, you can use your scissors, which be careful. Or you can use the Prima Distress tool. That works. Okay. Oh, you know what I was going to add too? Oh well. I have these little crystals, and they're meant to for like a heat. It's like a heating element. You put the crystal down and hold the heat over top of it, and it's supposed to like glue it down to whatever. I was gonna put some of those in there. Oh well, that's okay. Maybe next time. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna add glue to the whole back side here. I don't know how good this glue will hold this fun foam. I guess we'll find out. If it doesn't hold very well, I'll put that somewhere on the video, like right now, saying, don't use that. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But if you're going to make a bunch of them, you want to make sure that you're not using something that's expensive. So, alright, so I'm just going to line it up pretty good here. Just like that. I'm going to move it a little, give it a little wiggle, press down. Doesn't that just look so cool? That makes me happy. Okay, now I've got a whole thing. I don't know who made them. I want to say they were Tattered Angel, not sure, but they're letters, and I'm thinking you're supposed to mist them, and they got a sticky back. So I'm trying to use these things. So I'm just going to use a J, but it'd be cool to do like 3 letters, or if this is like for a bride who's planning a wedding or something, you could put their initials. I usually do the last name and initial in the middle. But you could put anything there, anything at all. You could put your favorite teacher's name or your mom's name, or so I just inked it up just a little bit. I'm going to rub it just slightly. And all I'm going to do is I might add a little tiny bit of glue to the back of this. Sometimes the sticky, I don't trust the sticky on stuff. I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to put it in the center as best I can without moving it too much. I'm just going to hold it for a second. There we go. And that's it. And see how they move around underneath that? I just love this. Ah, made me a happy girl. Okay. All right. So that's it. Simple. You can do more. Obviously, you can do more to it. You can add stuff to the back. You can add stuff to the pockets. You can do just about. Oh, I already forgot. I do have one more liner page over here. I'm going to show you how to do the pen thing. Goodness gracious. Alright, so I'm just going to line it up on my grid here, and If you wanted to, you could, it's going to be the same size as this right here. So if you wanted to print out 2 of these, you could just trim that one out too. So I'm just going to get a straight edge here. I'm kind of doing this backwards. Let's do it this way. And I'm just going to cut off maybe 5/8 of an inch of it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. And all you got to do, well, this is the easiest way I've found. First of all, you want to ink that other edge that's not inked. Well, ink them all really quick. Oh. I just fold it in half, like this. I'm going to give it a little burnish. Then I'm going to glue it. Just put glue on that one side. And I'm going to take a paper towel. When I have glue that I'm afraid is going to seep everywhere, I take a paper towel to it and I just kind of rub it like that. And I get to press it down and wipe up the glue all at the same time. I'm going to ink it one more time. Why not? I'm going to let that dry for just a second too. And I think I'm going to use a Sharpie. I'm going to attach a Sharpie to this. I don't have any matching pens that would look good there. So all you need to do, well, first of all, you may just want to like run your bone folder like this just to kind of break the paper a little, just so it's not so stiff. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to fold it a half again, except you're going to put your pen in there like that. And you're going to match those 2 ends up. And then you're just going to pinch it together just a little bit. And then before you remove that pen, go ahead and put some glue right there on one side. Just like that. And then pinch it again. And you want to hold it for a second. And so you want it to be movable. You don't want it to be stuck. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to take this out because what I want to do is I want to put it, I need to find where I lifted that up, right there. I'm going to stick it in here just like that, but I'm not going to go in too far because I don't want the pen to get in the way. So I'm going to put some glue. I guess I'll put glue on the top and the bottom, just on that edge where they meet there. And I'm going to slide it in. And then since I still got the pen in there, I can really gauge where I want it to be. Just like that. Now I'm going to take it out and straighten it up a little bit. I'm going to hold it because it is a couple layers of cardstock there. Is it straight? Oh, it's a little crooked. It might be too light. Oh well. That's okay. And then I'm going to stick my pad back in here. Just like that. Now I've got a pen holder. I just love this. Alright, enough about that. I'm just fascinated with myself. Now I'm going to, let's show you the giveaway. Let's talk about the giveaway. Okay, it's giveaway time. Now, I told you I was going to try to find something really cool. Well, I don't know if you're going to think this is really cool, but I do. I am going, since I'm almost at 6,000 subscribers, you guys. I know, I'm almost there, and I can't believe how supportive you guys are of me. It's so awesome. And when I posted my last video, you guys were so sweet. You were just like, oh, I was wondering where you've been, and we've missed you, and we were hoping you were okay. You know, they were just such nice comments. It was so sweet. So what I thought I would do, since I'm almost at 6,000, I thought I would give away 6 prizes. So what I'm going to do is, all you have to do, I'm getting ready to show you what you get, but all you have to do is leave a comment in down below this video. You don't have to say anything special. You can just say, hey, how's it going? Or you can say, hey, you rock. I don't know. You can say whatever you want, but keep it clean and keep it nice. And that'll enter you into the drawing. And what I'll do is I'll put everybody's name in a hat and I'll have my son draw out the names. So there's going to be 6 winners. All right, so what I'm going to give away is all of my digital printables. So 2 of my winners, 2 winners are going to be the grand prize winner, where they get 1 of each of my printables. So they get the Ho Southern Charm printable, which is 20 pages. And they get the whole entire alphabet of the doodle letters. They're so cool. I just love them. I need to do more videos using them. See how nice my printer prints out, by the way, you guys? All right, and then you get the tag-shaped journal, which I don't remember how many, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10 pages to the tag-shaped art journal. You get that too, and then you get the new one, the Shabby Note Pad Folder printable. So you get all 4 printables. 2 winners get all 4, and then 4 winners get your choice of whichever one you want, whichever download printable you want. Could be any of them, doesn't matter. So that's 6 different winners. So 2 of you get all 4, and then 4 of you get your choice of whichever printable that you would like to have. So I was thinking, today is the 26th of May. I wrote stuff down somewhere. I think we'll close the giveaway at the end of the day on June 5th, which basically means the next day I wake up, I'll write down all the names. All you have to do is leave a comment below. My son will draw the names out of a hat. So yeah, that's it. That's my giveaway. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited about it too. If you've been wanting to try one of these and you haven't been able to, this is your chance. Just leave me a comment. And again, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you all. You're so nice and you're so kind and you say nice things, and it just makes my heart happy. So I just wanted to say thank you. Look, I'm gonna get choked up. But I will leave you with that until next time. Bye.